So yeah, I thought that we'd do kind of an investor spotlight follow-up. So Wonderfi Technologies, WNDR on the TSX, currently trading at a price of about 25 cents and a market cap of around $160 million. So they're an operator of regulated Canadian crypto trading platform and other digital asset businesses, including BitBuy, Coinberry, CoinSquare, CoinSmart, Tetra, and then also SmartPay, which I believe is just for payment processing. So considering Kevin's quote of, if it's not making money after 36 months, you have to take it behind the barn and shoot it. It was put on your journey to teach you what not to do. And considering we're now 36 months into Wonderfi's launch in January of 2021, I thought that we would take a look at the financials to see if Kevin should in fact take it behind the barn and shoot it. So the most recent audited financial results were for Q3 of 2023, ended September 30th of 2023. But in January, they also provided a Q4 update to the market in regard to their Q4 2023 results, ended for December 31st of 2023. So I will look at that in a second here, but let's just look at the last balance sheet that we can see. So this is again from Q3 of 2023. The company's balance sheet really doesn't look bad. They've got a net cash position with about 25.1 million in cash and essentially no debt. And looking at the income statement here, revenue is up year over year to 9.9 million from just 3.3 million last year. But the business still lost 6.9 million in operating losses for the quarter. And on the bottom line, net loss for the quarter was 10.6 million or 2 cents per share. And look at that there. You can see it down in the right bottom. Yeah, you guys see it. The company has increased its share count from 192 million last year to 622 million shares today. It's actually a little over that here. So here, just to show the increase in shares, they're now up to about 650 million. And essentially, the company's last raise was for about $5 million at a price of 22 cents per share, where they issued about 23 million shares. But the huge spike that you see there in July of 2023 was for 271 million shares issued to CoinSquare's shareholders for the closing of the Wonderfi, CoinSquare, and CoinSmart business combination. And this is partially why we're seeing this revenue growth as well. Now, looking at the company's Q4 operational update, more just at the bottom here at the guidance, the company is guiding toward 29% sequential growth over Q3 at the midpoint. And for non-adjusted EBITDA and operating earnings, they are anticipating it to be positive in the quarter. So does this mean that the company has now achieved consistent profitability? Definitely not. But sure, it's great to see them guide toward operating profit. Again, this is operating profit, not net profit. But I think the business still has a long way to go before it can prove that it will no longer have to dilute going forward. And last but not least, well, Kevin, your 36 months are up, and consistent bottom line profitability and cash flow have yet to be achieved. And, I think that it might be about time that you take up your own advice and take it behind the barn and shoot it. And I mean, I only kid. Like, who knows, what will happen here. We have seen the stock, increase recently. I just don't see a clear path toward the company, reaching real profitability yet. And again, we're up past that 36-month quote that Kevin O'Leary himself has said. So, it's a dog, in my opinion, and remains a dog.
Yeah, I mean, financially, it looks like a steaming pile right now, to be honest. And maybe they achieve operational profitability. I'm not sure how they're even defining that, to be honest, but maybe they achieve that.
Exactly.
But what if it's 100,000 and they have 600 plus million shares outstanding?
Exactly.
They need real meaningful profitability to make this company even worth looking at again. And it's going to trade, in my opinion, off of the off of the sentiment around crypto right now. I mean, that's what it's going to do. And maybe if they can
Totally.
achieve some level of profitability, but the way that they've issued shares, like, they're a kid in a candy store, it's hard for them, given their revenue base at this point. It looks like it'd be hard for them to achieve meaningful profitability. Maybe the new acquisition will add significantly to revenue base, but it's likely going to have a high degree of fluctuation on a quarterly basis, as much of the crypto space has had. So we'll continue to monitor it, but yeah, there's a lot of dilution there.
Yeah, you can really see, if you look at like any other crypto company, that October, November time period. After that, effectively all of them went up to 3x. So it's not really trading on the company fundamentals. It's just a macro backdrop behind it.
Exactly.
As well, just on the company's operations, Square is a crypto exchange, effectively. It has some other stuff in it, but it doesn't really have that same moat as other exchanges, as crypto is obviously very limited regulation. But you're seeing more regulations come in. So really the only catalyst I could see is if they get through that regulation, the Canadian government regulates crypto exchanges hard and they create a moat. But that's outside really management's control. And plus, they would need to be the one who does get through that regulation gate, which may not be the case. You've seen recently in the US, Binance got hit hard after them, I think it was like $5 billion fine to the CEO there and effectively removed from the US. So it's not like they might not even be in the clear. You don't know what they're doing behind the closed doors. You only see their public facing financials, which is a big issue with these crypto companies. There's a bunch of them, and especially the exchange space, when it's not regulated or hasn't been regulated historically, it can bring up a lot of risk once regulations are coming in. And then you need to be the one that gets through the regulations to have any sort of moat.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we do a segment where Kevin O'Leary said that he would continue to invest in Sam Bankman-Fried even if he was convicted? And
I think I ended up doing like an investor spotlight on
chance,
him.
Right?
Yeah, I guess so. He might as well buy low, sell high.